All right, let's just jump right in. For so many of us, the way we work pretty much changed overnight. All of a sudden, everything, operations, onboarding, all that crucial employee training had to move online. And look, that shift can feel absolutely massive. But here's the thing, it doesn't have to be that complicated. This is the million-dollar question, isn't it? Your team is everywhere, the office is quiet, but you still need to get people up to speed, you still have compliance training to do. You're probably looking at this giant mountain of a challenge and thinking, okay, where on earth do I even start? And you know what? That feeling is totally normal. It is overwhelming, especially if you've never really dabbled in e-learning before. But the good news, and there is really good news, is that there is a clear, totally manageable path to get you from here to there. And we're going to walk through it, step by step. And here it is, 4 simple but really powerful steps. This is our roadmap. Think of this as your bridge from that offline chaos to some real online clarity. First, we'll define our goals. Then, we'll use the materials you already have. After that, we'll bring back that human touch with webinars. And finally, we'll measure what actually matters with reporting. Okay, first things first. Before you build a single thing, you have to know why you're building it. So step 1 is all about defining the purpose, the objective of your training. This is your foundation. Get this right, and everything else gets easier. And here's why that's so crucial. When you know exactly what you're trying to achieve, the content you create just naturally becomes sharper, more focused, more relevant. And just as important, your team knows exactly what they're supposed to get out of it. It takes all the guesswork out of the equation for everybody. I mean, think about it. Are you trying to get new hires onboarded and plugged into the company culture? Or are you running that mandatory annual compliance training for your existing team? Those goals are worlds apart, right? Which means the content, the tone, and how you measure success are going to be completely different too. Starting with your why really does define the entire path forward. So let's move on to step 2, because this is where a lot of people get stuck. There's this huge fear that creating online training is going to be incredibly expensive and take forever. Well, I've got some good news. You do not have to start from scratch. And hey, you don't have to take my word for it. Our source material says it perfectly. Designing an e-learning course is not as challenging or expensive as you probably think it is. Let that sink in for a second. The barrier you're imagining is probably way bigger than the real one.
So how do you do it? It's actually pretty simple. First, just go find all your existing stuff. I'm talking employer handbooks, PDFs, old PowerPoint decks, you name it. Second, organize it all in a way that makes sense. And third, you just upload it to your online platform. That's it. You're building a brand new course from assets you already own.
And let's just bust another huge myth while we're at it. You do not need to be some kind of coding genius or a tech wizard to pull this off. Seriously, most of the modern online training tools out there are built for regular people. If you can drag a file from one folder to another, trust me, you can build an online course. It is that easy. Okay, so you've got your goals locked in and you've gathered your materials. But what about that person-to-person energy you get from live training? How do you get that back? Well, that brings us right to step 3, going live with webinars to bring back that essential human touch. Now, an online session does not have to be a boring one-way lecture where everyone has their camera off. The best tools out there let you make these things incredibly interactive. You can use a whiteboard to brainstorm ideas, launch live polls to see if people are getting it, open up a discussion forum for questions. It's all about creating active participation, not just passive viewing. And this, right here, is why it all matters. That real-time interaction is what makes it feel personal. It makes it feel connected, even when everyone is miles apart. It's the secret to turning a training requirement into a shared, engaging experience. All right, we've made it to our final step. And please, do not skip this one, because it's critical. How do you actually know if any of this is working? Step 4 is all about measuring what matters, tracking performance, finding those knowledge gaps, and using that info to constantly get better. So when we say robust analytics, what does that even mean? Well, think of it like having superpowers. It's the ability to see in real time who's finished the course, how they're doing, and, this is the most important part, where they might be getting stuck. It means you can stop guessing and start knowing. And just think about how powerful that is. If you see that, hey, a bunch of people are struggling with one particular module, that's not a failure. That's amazing feedback. It's the data telling you, hey, maybe we should revise this part or add some more resources. And on the flip side, if everybody's getting 100%, maybe it's time to make the material a little more challenging. This isn't just data, it's a conversation. So there you have it. We've walked through the whole thing. It was never about finding some magic button, was it? It's about building a solid, reliable bridge that gets you from the offline world to an online training program that actually works and keeps people engaged. And remember, that bridge is built on just 4 simple pillars: having a clear goal, using the materials you already own, making a real human connection, and having the data to constantly improve. That is your framework for success. So now, it's over to you. Looking at these 4 steps, I get it. The whole thing might still feel a little big, but any big journey starts with one small step. So I'll leave you with this question. Of these 4 steps, which one, just one, can you start working on right now, today?